Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. There is something exciting going on in the store this morning. We've got two guests on the show, and I've got a Starbucks drink and a bag of peanuts. That's the only thing happening in the store this morning. We're also one day away from the weekend. It's cold outside again, but it's sunny, so you feel like if you haven't been outside, even if you're watching this at night, maybe this was your experience this morning, you're like, wow, it's sunny, and then you get outside and you're like, I need another coat or a scarf. Does anybody have a scarf I could borrow? Maybe that's my new business plan. Somebody made $1 million off of the pet rock. I'm going to start a business that rents out scarves. Rent a scarf. Copyright 2019 Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. Isn't that a good idea? It's a plus-size scarf rental business that only has its busy season for 3 months a year. Who would like to invest with me? Come on. You look like you've been stopped by the people in the malls that want you to try a, perfume or eyebrow threading, right? Do you ever get you with that stuff? You're like this. No. Anymore, I don't even, and it's not that I don't want to acknowledge people that are trying to sell stuff. First of all, I don't go to the mall that often. But the last time I was there, I just walked straight past like 4 people that were just coming at me trying to sell me stuff. And it was as if I was just saying, nope. I had all my kids with me. We had just left Build-A-Bear without buying something. And I don't know if you know what it's like to go into Build-A-Bear with a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old and a baby and not buy something. This is the most exciting moment of my life. The Build-A-Bear people are like, today only you can build this bear for $78.46. And I was like, I'm not spending $70 on a bear that my kid's going to forget about in 2 minutes when I get back to Muscatine. And I'm not going to buy the matching outfit. This is a hot take on Build-A-Bear. We just lost our Build-A-Bear sponsorship. Great. We're doomed. All right, I want to start with talking about something that's happening here at the store today. If you're watching this on Thursday, each and every Thursday from here through the end of March, from here to eternity, you can have a steak dinner, 4 till 7. Each week it's a different type of steak, a different cut. Tonight, New York strip steak. I'm in a New York state of mind. New York. Choice New York strip steak dinner, 8 ounce, $8, 12 ounce, $12, includes baked potato or potato, and your choice of vegetable. Hopefully, none of the choices for vegetables are Brussels sprouts. That's another hot take. Keep the Brussels. My wife made a cabbage soup the other day, and I was like, who did you make that for? Because the last time she made the cabbage soup, let me make sure she's not watching. She's not on Facebook. The last time we made cabbage soup, guess what I had in my fridge for like 3 weeks that nobody was eating? Cabbage soup. And it smelled bad. So no Brussels sprouts, no cabbage soup, and no Build-A-Bear. Welcome to Tony's America. Vote for me. I've been thinking about running for alderman. That's my platform. Vote for me, alderman at large, if you don't like spending money at Build-A-Bear, you don't like cabbage soup, and you're anti-Brussels sprouts. Join the anti-Brussels sprout party. All right, well, I've already got my first sponsor because he's here, and he's happy to support the campaign. TJ Deere is the general manager with Toyota of Muscatine. Can I count on you to get in on the plan?
Oh, for sure. You've got a lot of good things to run on. You
would have been disgusted with me, TJ Deere. It was last weekend. You would have been you would have done this. This would have been your reaction. Oh, it's not that bad. And that's what you would have said if you would have seen how dirty the inside of my Toyota Sienna dad van was.
Oh, my.
I think I found a fossilized French fry in the back seat. So what I did was I have 3 kids, all right? There's stuff everywhere. There's like cups and like empty Gatorades. I know you're a couple years past this, but you remember these, right? Where you're like, sure. How did that M&M wind up there? Turns out if you put $4 into one of those vacuum things, you had to, put the quarters in. That's how I had $4 worth of stuff. Now it looks like $1 million.
There you go.
You'd be very proud of that Toyota Sienna vehicle. It is styling and profiling.
Well, I can tell you, once a month we would take our minivan, because I've had a minivan since, heck, I've been 25, 26 years old, but we take it to one of those Miracle car washes or whatever those car wash places and get it cleaned out. Just
it's
that's
the
how
best
it goes.
feeling ever,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It's like you got a brand new car again.
Yeah, like you take up I got really nice floor mats, and you like take them up, shake them out, and then you vacuum under there, and all of a sudden, I mean, you do feel like you're in a new vehicle. At the same time, you got to throw in a new air freshener.
Sure.
I feel like that should just go hand in hand if you do that. And it turns out, this is a new promotion to Toyota Muscatine for the rest of the month. If you buy a 2019 Toyota vehicle, TJ Deere will give you an air freshener. Isn't that true?
Absolutely.
Right?
No doubt about it.
That is a heck of a deal, friends.
Well, we do what we can.
Right?
At Toyota Muscatine.
I want my air freshener to smell like leather. Is that weird? I like leather. And that Miracle Car Wash has that, by the way. The little leather one, they'll slide in your vehicle.
They have new car smell. They have all kinds. They have wintergreen, all that.
They have Jim Greenhaw.
Yeah, Jim Greenhaw
smell like Jimmy Greenhaw.
Yeah,
I've
that's not a good one, though.
Well, I've test drove enough vehicles with Jimmy Greenhaw to know that they could have a scent for the Tony. By the way, not a bad idea, right? Every new car purchase.
A marketing possibility.
What if I just show up when I leave work here at Hy-Vee? Thursdays are my early day. I could come over to the dealership, Toyota Muscatine.
Get the Tony Tone Musk smell going.
I could go on all the test drives.
Yeah.
Isn't that not a great idea?
I think that's a great idea.
Test drive with Tone. How could you not buy a car if you didn't get to test drive it with me, right?
Yeah, it would be a no-brainer for somebody to say, let's do this today.
Plus, if you're not a big person, and I am.
Right, you can say, look.
Look at the legroom I've got in the back of this 2019 Corolla. It's tremendous.
Yeah.
These are all the ideas that I have.
They're great ones.
So 2019 vehicles are out in full force at Toyota Muscatine. I drove by the dealership the other day, and I had one of those moments where I was driving by to go to Wilton, I think, and I started to slow down because I saw, and I don't know what it was. It might have been it was a 4Runner, or I can't remember exactly, but it was jaw-droppingly good looking.
Yeah.
These 2019s
I will tell you, yes.
Unreal.
So we have very few 18s left.
Right.
And the 18s that we do have left, we've got, obviously, Toyota's got great deals going on those right now.
Sure.
We have very few left. But with that being said, right now we've got is a brand new, redesigned from the ground up 2019 RAV4s.
That's what it had to be.
Which is our most popular vehicle on the road right now. It overtook the Camry, the Highlander, the Corollas. It's a mid-size SUV, and then Toyota went all in on their design, all in on their safety, all in on their miles per gallon on these cars. Sure. The look is fantastic, and we are really proud of this RAV, and I can tell you Toyota put a lot of effort. Woo. There it is. That's one of the base
Ryan, click on the picture.
That's a base model, right? That's a base model right there.
But look at how sleek that's exactly what I saw. I think it might have been that color too.
Yep.
And it caught because I thought the RAV just kind of got a couple years ago, 2 years ago, maybe got a little bit of a facelift, whatever, update, if you will, and then this happens.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't even looked at pictures. The
standard features on these cars right now is just really, really amazing, especially on a base model. Look at that interior; it's great.
What is that? Ryan, zoom in a little bit, will you? I can't even comprehend wow, that interior.
Once again, that's just
cool.
the base model right there.
Base model.
That's just an LE, yeah.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, it's so funny when you can see like the different alliterations, the different years of RAV4.
Sure.
Because if you know about Toyotas, they literally run forever.
They do.
I saw a RAV4 on the road the other day that was probably 20 years old.
Sure.
And then I'm driving by the dealership the other day and I see the 19. So, I mean, it's been popular for a long time, but to hear you say that it has really kind of bumped up.
Yeah, I would encourage anybody that's in the market or anybody at all that likes vehicles to come check out this new RAV. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we're really proud of it, and Toyota put a lot of effort and time into design and from the ground up, and the 8-speed transmission to all the safety features that they have, the lane keep assist. There's an Adventure, RAV4 Adventure right there, which is a really cool looking ride.
Yeah.
Aggressive looking. They just really stepped up on their design side of it, and obviously with Toyota's reliability and everything else that comes with Toyota's, you have that as well. So
I'm assuming that if I wanted to, get the most out of my MPG hybrid version available of the RAV4.
They do. They have a hybrid.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
you don't
Toyota's gotta
sacrifice anything, whether it's hybrid or not. these designs, sometimes you see something that, I mean, that looks like a sports car almost, right?
Correct. In an SUV, yes.
In an SUV that looks like a sports car that'll handle great, but nothing is sacrificed because it's got that Toyota safety sense. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you would think that something would have to give with how these designs keep changing. But for Toyota, obviously they want to have a reliable vehicle that's well built, but safety is almost probably...
That's probably the forefront of
Right.
Toyota does, absolutely, with their, like I said, the lane keep assist, the adaptive cruise control. Now, I mean, right now with this new RAV, you can almost drive right down the interstate as long as the painting, the markings are good on the roads.
Yeah.
You never have to really put your hands on the wheel. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
I would never recommend that, of course.
Sure.
But it is one of those things when you're turning corners, it'll help you right around the corner. If it feels like you're not being assertive with the wheel to a certain extent, they'll throw up a coffee cup saying, hey, you need to either rest or be a little bit more
That's genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just really cool, and it's just the beginning of the technology that these cars are going to have going forward, and it's crazy.
Yeah, we're definitely in an exciting time for sure, and it all starts now, right? I mean, within the next couple of years. There's I keep seeing on like the main Toyota Instagram page, they keep teasing a remodel for, I can't remember what is it. It looks like a two-door maybe.
The Supra?
Is it the Supra coming back?
Yeah, the Supra's coming back.
They have it like wrapped in a way that you can't really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things.
Camouflage,
like
yeah.
Yeah, it's camouflage, so they're teasing it, and I saw it and I thought, wow, that looks fun. Right?
Yeah.
So, and that'll be, is that 2019 or is
It'll
that
be 2020.
2020,
Yeah,
okay.
and those are, that's not a real leader for us. It's
Sure,
an excitement
sure.
for us to talk about, to get engagement with a lot of Toyota fans. But, the main thing is, like I said, these new RAVs that they have coming out, I will tell you, this thing is really cool, and what they've done to them, and they've really gone above and beyond. Everything's got Apple CarPlay now on all of these Toyotas that we have, which everybody in their iPhones and any phones that they have too, their smartphone, it really integrates well with the cars. And Toyota really made a step forward in that, and that's one of those things that we're really happy for too, is with your phone and the car, you become one, and it is, it's a really good thing that they've done, and it's a customer-friendly way to have a car experience. And we love it. So,
how many years for you with Toyota, whether it be in Muscatine or other Toyota locations?
For me personally, Toyota. This is I think we've talked about this before, but I've been with Toyota now for 3 years.
Okay.
I've been in the car business 20 years.
Right.
I sold it all. Luckily, I had worked at a couple places that had a lot of multiple franchises.
Sure.
But the prospect to be able to sell Toyotas later on, and knowing what the market is, and knowing what kind of feel or reputation Toyota has, it was a no-brainer for me to be here and be a part of this.
It has to make you feel
sell
so
Toyota.
good.
I can feel great selling it to my friends, my families, anybody that I know. When they buy a Toyota off me, I don't have to sit there and go, man, I hope I don't see them in a couple years. Whereas if I see them in a couple years, the car should be in great shape. It should be running great for them. And on top of that, the resale value is fantastic, as we always talk about.
Yes,
so,
and that's what makes it so fun, I think, is for someone that has a Sienna that was a couple years old, one owner, local owner, all the maintenance done locally. Yeah, no brainer for us,
No-brainer.
right? I mean, I'd love to sit in, take home a 2019 Sienna, but for where we were at, this was the best option.
Sure.
And it's so practical. I mean, all the stuff that I do on the side with DJ, I can flip my seats down and I can fit everything and then some. I have enough room to fit everything I would ever need. And then when I need to pop up the seats, and we had to put in the car seat base for the baby, and then move one of the boys to the back and just flip up
Very
one of the
functional,
seats.
yes,
Yeah, it's
yes.
super cool. I just got to work on vacuuming in it more, but that's more of a personal thing.
Hey,
there's the crew.
They were in a nice little Toyota Sienna van.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Little road trip.
Looks familiar. Did you steal my car by chance?
I don't think so.
No?
But
Okay.
you're headed to a little football game.
You can fit so many people in these things, and they're so comfortable. My driver's seat, it's like sitting on a love seat. That's and I'm not just saying that. Like when I went after that terrible car accident that I was in, which almost coming up on a year, and totaled the vehicle that I had, and I went to see you guys.
You bet.
And I test drove a couple different SUVs, and I just was like, I just think I needed more space. And then there was that Sienna, and Jim threw me the keys, and I walked out. And as soon as I sat down, I could probably pull up the text from a year ago where I said to my wife, it's like driving on a cloud. It's so comfortable.
It is.
And I think that's such a big deal if you think about how many hours you're behind the wheel. The last thing you want to do, especially as a bigger person, is feel squished or like you're on some type of flat surface, right?
I agree. And that's, Toyota's MO too, is the fact that their ride, their comfort is, and when you get into Toyota versus other manufacturers out there, not that other manufacturers are bad by any means, it just it's a solid car that when you get in, you get behind the wheel and you put your hands on the steering wheel, you're in a car that will last forever, and you feel good about it. You don't have to worry about, okay, is my car going to break down?
Right.
Is my car going to do this? Is my car going to be whatever? With Toyota, you don't have to worry about that, and that's why we're happy to be in Muscatine selling Toyotas.
My cousin my Uncle Joe, his son Joe Jr., between both of them, they've probably sold cars, 40 years in the Chicago area. And my cousin said, regarding that Toyota Sienna, he described the transmission as, quote, bulletproof. He's like, that thing will easily hit 200,000 miles if you want it to, if you still have it. If you don't have it, somebody else will have it, and it'll happen. So one of the things that I wrote down is investing in a vehicle that you'll own longer, potentially, right? Now, there's people, TJ, that will come get a 19 RAV4, and then you'll see them in 20 or 21, or even sooner than that, and that's great.
That is great.
But for someone like myself, I plan on having the Sienna for at least another year or so before I would maybe think about getting a newer version of it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it is all about that investment. Like, I almost feel bad that I don't see your service department more, but I know that I'm driving like the most reliable vehicle down the road.
Well, it is the most money that most people will spend on one certain item besides their house.
Right.
And unfortunately, this item does depreciate, right?
Yep.
So when you're spending that kind of money on something that depreciates in the value or in the money that you put towards something like that, I tell you, it's a big investment, it's a big risk, and buying a Toyota will make you have that risk less, and you'll feel better about it.
Absolutely.
And down the road, when you go to trade it in, it's worth more than other manufacturers out there, which once again is a big reason why we love to sell Toyotas, and our pre-owned Toyotas are the same way, and it's a win-win for everybody. It makes it easy. Absolutely.
Jay Foster chiming in on Facebook,
I like
watching.
Jay. Yes.
Don't hassle us, we're local.
That's
Check out
correct.
that radio show on ESPN 93.5 out of the Quad Cities. You can also stream Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on Facebook. When it comes to the families, and we talk about this a little bit, but it is important to know when you're looking for that vehicle for your kid. I have the 6-year-old, so really in just 8 years, which is not that far from now, Henry, my oldest, would be a driver in my house, and that is something to consider, that we'll be considering, right? Like a vehicle that makes sense for him probably would be a used Toyota, but again, that safety and reliability. When you think about your kids, as you've done more recently than I have, is getting the kids behind the wheel, for you it probably just made total sense. Like, yes, they're going to be going to school, wherever. You don't want to really have to worry about them getting in the vehicle. You know it's going to start. You know it's going to help keep them safe.
Yep.
But that's something that I'm going to be seriously thinking about over the next couple of years. Is my first car was a 1985 Buick Riviera that burned a case of oil a week. I don't want that for my kids, right?
Yeah, you want to feel good about when you send them out in the world that they're in a safe, reliable car. And,
absolutely.
And trust me, I'm in that era right now with my friends and my family where all my kids are driving now, and which is crazy to think about. But yeah, I want them out there in something that, and I got people calling and texting me all the time saying, hey, do you have a car for my kid? I'm looking for a car for my kid. And there's nothing better than putting them in a Toyota, and safety-wise and reliability-wise, you can't go wrong.
You cannot, absolutely. So for folks like Jay Foster that are going to come to Muscatine and buy a 2019 RAV4,
yes,
Jay's going to do it. He said
Jay bought his last car off me. So
good. Well, he needs to get another one.
Yeah, I agree. He needs to upgrade. Is what I like to say.
People that are watching right now, coming to Toyota Muscatine, it's always a good time. We kind of been spoiled this winter. Right?
Yeah.
But we know that we're going to get some snow maybe tomorrow on Friday. It's still January.
Don't sleep on winter yet.
Don't sleep on winter. If you need something that'll...
I've been here too long in the Midwest to realize that, you could have...
all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive is a beautiful thing. Even just like making sure you have something that has like a traction control setting. What's going on at Toyota Muscatine right now? If somebody is in the market that's going to come out and see you after watching this, what do they need to know? Why should they come see you, make that decision to upgrade their vehicle this week?
Yeah, and I will tell you, with Toyota right now, they have a ton of great lease specials right now. We're coming into the spring market. You know, we flipped that calendar year.
Sure.
So therefore, when you do that, then we're going to be more aggressive on used cars when somebody brings them in, because we got to get ready for that spring market. With the 2019s coming in, Toyota comes out with a really good lease program. Their interest rates are 0.9, so the rates are really low compared to regular rates. So yeah, I will tell you, right now, with the calendar flipping to 2019, we are trying to be aggressive on everything as far as getting some more used cars into our lot, so we can have ready to sell for that spring market. Because let's face it, the spring market for us, you know, is a big market, and that's when the car business starts kicking off in that February, March, April, May era.
Sure.
And you know, this is when we try to get a lot of our cars, and we ask for top dollars, you know, for any pre-owned car that we can get in. So,
and again, that's where it comes back to that. And if this is you watching and you're thinking, I saw TJ and Jimmy and maybe Smiling Ray before he retired.
Yeah.
Smiling Ray
Russ
with the
and
retirement.
Rick and Andy Foster,
maybe you saw him recently.
Frank Cruz and
you're
Mike
thinking,
Crane, our finance guy. I mean,
you have a great crew. It's such an easy process.
Yeah, we do.
But if you're thinking it's been 3 years, 4 years, and you're just at the point where you're like, you know what? I think I want to get that newer version of what I have, or boy, that 2019 RAV4 looks good. If you're cruising around in that Toyota, whatever it is, like me, right? So my Sienna would be something that you would probably want. I'm surprised
Absolutely.
I ain't got the call yet.
And we don't have any pre-owned Siennas right now.
Look at that.
So
we
are definitely
all right,
looking for.
Here's the deal. I'll give you the Sienna for 2 RAV4s.
Oh, right. What year RAV4s?
19.
Oh, 19.
What do you mean? What year?
Brand
19.
new ones. Okay.
You know how much value you have in this van now
I
with
mean,
me as the driver? And how
we
well I vacuumed it
I
the
could
other
put it
day?
on my lot and say this was
Yeah.
owned by Tony Tone.
Well, you'd be foolish not to, right?
Hey, that's what I'm going.
How do you think I'm going to sell my house in October? This is the whole thing, TJ. We got
Hey,
we got to monetize it,
I'm
right?
all about marketing. I can tell you that.
I got to buy diapers. I got to be a sellout in some way. You can put a cutout of me. Get rid of the Toyota Jan, girl.
Look
at
at
this
Tony
guy.
Tone's van.
Right here. I mean,
And you get the Tony Tone Musk smell.
That's
too.
right. You get the test
top of it.
drive and the musk, which is a very nice cologne. I have nice cologne,
I
right?
agree.
You know.
Summer Chicago kid.
That's right, Golden Spoon. One of the things that I'm excited about that you guys have agreed to do for the second year now, coming up in April, and I know we're sitting here in January, but April will be here in the blink of an eye.
Yep.
The annual MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter New Beginnings fundraiser. Last year, Toyota Muscatine sponsored the wine pull. You're doing it again this year. It's such a... I know that the dealership gives back in so many different ways, but the fact that you guys understand that we have this domestic violence shelter that receives 0 state funding, and the only way that they're able to stay open, to keep their doors open for women that are leaving domestic violence situations is, quite frankly, through private donors and this one big fundraiser. I appreciate that support a lot, and the wine pull was such a success last year, so thank you.
You're welcome. It is something that we're proud to do, and all the programs that we do for the community.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, these are the things that we try to give back when we can, and you know, if it's something that's worth, you know, what's really good for our community and makes sense, you know, we love to give back, and that's what it's all about, right? I mean,
it's
taking care
great.
of a smaller community like Muscatine is something, and being able to sell cars in a community like Muscatine is very important to us, and obviously with that importance comes this type of sponsorship that we can provide. So yeah, we're very excited and proud to do those kinds of programs. So
it's that good feeling, right? Muscatine is not that big of a community.
It's not.
So to be able, just like Hy-Vee, right? For Hy-Vee to be successful, and there's a great picture from last year with TJ and Charla and Judy and Sam.
Yep.
Love Sam, right? A lot of people might not know Sam in the sweater, the salmon-colored sweater. She's splits a lot of time between Dubuque
Both
and Muscatine.
dealerships,
She's awesome. But it is just really nice to know that you have to do the right thing always to be successful in the communities that you serve.
Sure.
And Muscatine is one of those. I just told somebody in an email yesterday, I said, people in Muscatine can detect if you're not sincere or if you're disingenuous really quickly. And I learned that when I got to town 6 years ago. So you want to do the right thing always, but also people will call you out on it.
Right.
That's what I love about
sure.
this part of the country, right?
Yeah.
Midwestern people will call you out. If they don't think something's right or seems a little off, they will let you know.
Absolutely.
But you guys really haven't had to worry about that because Toyota's always done the right thing and will continue to do so. And that's why when you're going to decide, like TJ said, the second biggest purchase you're going to make is a vehicle outside of your home. You want to feel good about where you do that at. And when you can look to a place like yours and say, you know what, those guys are supporting schools and the domestic violence shelter and so many other things.
Correct.
Yeah, you know what, I want to go see them about a vehicle.
Yeah, and that's what we need. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody, and, we appreciate anybody that comes out and gives us an opportunity, like we've always said, Tony.
Yeah.
As long as I get opportunities, it's up to us to make sure that people see the value that we provide, and
Sure.
once they see that value, hopefully they'll buy a car, and then we can start a relationship. And it only starts with one car, but not only during the sale but after the sale. And like we talked about too, is I think our crew that we have there.
Oh, you got a great crew.
Is fantastic.
Yeah. Yep.
Been there forever. They're very knowledgeable.
Yep.
I'll say this till I'm dead and gone, but you can never go wrong buying a Toyota.
Yeah,
For a lot
true.
of different reasons: safety, resale, reliability. I mean, it's a great investment to make when you're making a car purchase. So.
Absolutely. And don't forget, for the month of January, you will get that free smell of leather or whatever your favorite scent is.
Whatever.
We'll make it happen.
We'll put something in there.
I'll even say this. I'll go out on the line and say, somebody watching the show between now and the end of January, if they come and buy a vehicle from somebody at Toyota and they mention Hy-Vee today, I'll throw in a dozen donuts. I don't want to listen. I'm not trying to go for broke.
It.
Or you could have your choice.
It's wintertime, so why wouldn't you want to have a couple?
You could have your choice bag of peanuts if you buy a vehicle.
Yeah.
I got the budget, all right. I got the peanut money.
Your budget
I got donut money. It's
is
big.
out there. Yes.
We're going for broke. So if you should now listen, what's going to happen? Betsy's or Ryan, they're going to go buy a car. Where's my donut?
Yeah.
Like, you work on the show, it doesn't count.
Yeah, with
That's
his
the
friends and family do not.
No, hey, listen, my friends and family have bought a lot from y'all, so
Yeah,
I think
I know that.
There's some donuts right there. You
Yeah,
tell
perfect.
me, you buy a vehicle between now and the end of the
That
month.
looks good. Donuts and cars go really well together.
They really do.
For the record, I know police
Yeah.
officers feel the same way.
Right. Hey, you can make that stereotype if you want. I'm not going to go out on a ledge with
We
you.
support them too. As
I
a matter
know,
of fact,
I'm
we
just
did a nice
kidding.
sponsorship with the county police station.
Good.
So yeah,
Good.
we had.
Well, listen, Sheriff C.J. Ryan will be sitting right here tomorrow.
Awesome.
And we'll set up that promotion. Buy a vehicle, Hy-Vee will throw in a dozen donuts.
I like it.
I think it just makes sense. I mean, the smell of donuts in your vehicle.
What is better than that?
Nothing.
Bakery goods in a
Bacon is
car?
better, but they're all bacon donuts back there.
Yeah, well, you can get that too. Glazed bacon top donuts.
Listen, I'm surprised
Wow.
that nobody from your
I don't know if I
dealership has
could
chimed
even-
in saying that you need to bring donuts back when you get
Yeah,
there.
they need to. Yeah, that's not happening.
You may have to
That's-
send some to Jay Foster, but that's about it.
I definitely send some to Jay.
Jay's a good guy. Toyota Muscatine here in town, right across. I mean, right up 38 Park Avenue, however you want to put it. Visit them online, toyotamuscatine.com, on social media. January Teacher of the Month will be announced very soon. Consider nominating a deserving teacher. Holy moly, my son's first grade teacher, Miss Luna, she's a saint. She's putting up with a room full of first graders.
Yeah, that's tough.
We're doing a talk show in a grocery store. She's got a room full of first graders right now. Wow, I can't even imagine what that's like. It's got to be kind of like herding cats, right?
That's interesting that you
their
say that.
Their attention is just like, what's that squirrel? What's that? I mean, I can't. Our teachers are so important. I love that you guys recognize them. Get on ToyotaMuscatine.com. Nominate a deserving teacher. Look
Yes.
at these smiling faces, right?
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yep, they
Giving
get a
back.
Free car to drive and $250 towards their classroom. So a lot of these teachers spend their own money towards their own classroom.
Yes, they do.
We're able to help them out and get stuff that's going to help out the kids. So
I love it. It's
we
so
love
great.
it too. It's a great program, and we also added that 2x2 program too.
Oh,
as well.
the 2x2 is so exciting. I can't
We've had
wait.
a lot of good feedback from that, and so we're pretty excited about that. And a little civics class for young kids to learn how to be a good, person in your community, and we're very proud of that one too. So it's just in the more ways that we're giving back, and we love to do it. So.
Last thing I want to share with you is still working on it, official date, but looks like February we'll have a breakfast with Gary Dolphin event here at Hy-Vee.
Very cool.
Voice of the Hawkeyes. You just went to the Outback Bowl. Hawks won that.
We did, and that was fun.
Feeling being in the crowd had to be a great one, huh?
Oh, it was a different game, different feel. I've never been to a bowl game with Iowa before. I've been to plenty of Kennett games. I've been to other Big Ten stadiums, but to be down there in Tampa with a bunch of Hawkeye fans that are a long way from home, and to get that victory, it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat. So
I tell you what, definitely a good time. Glad that you're here. Thanks for the support. It's good to
You
see
bet,
you.
man.
Doing the
Awesome.
fist bump because I got the awkward blister on my hand from working hard. Great shot right there.
It's a couple of my buddies back in the day. Played a little softball together back then. So yeah.
What a fun time to be supporting the Hawks on the road.
Yeah, it was
And,
a good time.
You were going to fly, but you were like, all I got to do is hop in one of these Toyotas and get there in no time.
Exactly. It just almost self-drives me down
That's
there.
right. That's all you need. All right, go see TJ and the crew, Toyota Muscatine. They will take care of you. Tell them I sent you. Buy a vehicle before the end of January. Get that deal on the donuts.
Free dozen
or
donuts.
the thing of peanuts, or if you want a Starbucks, whatever you want to do, we'll get you taken care of.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah,
That's
you
for
want to
sure.
take a test drive with me, let me know. I'm available. Right? I'll
Right.
just have 3 kids with me and a dog. That's it.
No, that's
There's enough
perfect
room,
then.
right?
Yeah.
You got enough room in all
We'll
these
show you what it
vehicles.
can handle.
That's right. All right, let's go CBI Bank and take care of you here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee, ladies and gentlemen. All right, as we get our next guest situated, let's go, if we could, to the cart cam, because I'm also just scratching a couple notes down here, because our friend TJ Deere just getting done. Let's go Toyota Muscatine cart cam, Cody, if we could. And I would like, Betsy, are you got the note on where to go with the cart cam? Yeah. Will you relay to Cody? We're going to look for some Slim Fast keto products. Betsy going to take the wheels of steel. I saw this yesterday, and I kind of had a light bulb moment, like I need to talk about this. So, hello, ladies. Welcome. Grab a seat. No rush. We're going to look at the cart cam for a second. Okay. So, I was walking around the store yesterday with Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigament, and in addition to this gluten class that we'll talk more about later, Kara and I were just kind of discussing some of these products as we're still in that new year. Folks trying to stick to that New Year's resolution. Most people that watch this show know that I've lost quite a bit of weight with the keto diet, which is a high-fat diet, low carb, low sugar. So Slim Fast, and it makes sense for companies to kind of capitalize when things are popular. Slim Fast has rolled out a series of products that I'm gonna test because I think it's something that folks will enjoy. So I asked Betsy if she could take the car cam. It's across from the health market in the pharmacy. You'll see the variety of products, and I told Betsy that it's really close to where she was the other day. So that I don't think those are keto Slim Fast items, but right around the corner from there. She's looking. I think she's discovered it. I like when we see Betsy planning things out. This is great. All right, so she's going to go straight, and then she should take a left, and then we'll show you some Slim Fast keto products available here at Hy-Vee. That's a pallet of booze, also available. If you need a pallet that has Keystone Light on it, you know.
Is that on the diet?
That is absolutely on the diet. Betsy putting a little air in the tires of the cart cam, and she should be getting ready to turn left here in just a moment. Come on, Betsy. Let's will her to take a left. To the left. Wait for it. She makes a left here and then another left, and she'll be at the Slim Fast Keto. Yes, it's happening. All right. See, if we use our telepathy skills, our ESPN or ESP, we can make it happen. No, she's doubting herself, ladies and gentlemen.
Like shampoo.
She was so close. She's going to cheat. She's asking Barb for help. Barb, this is the conversation right now. Hey, Barb, it's Betsy. You know where that Slim Fast Keto stuff is? Why, yes, my child. Follow me this way. You are almost there. All right, here we go. Got the cart cam, and then Barb's going to say, right over here, young lady. You were almost there. Remember when Tony said it was literally across from where he got the hand lotion the other day? You can see the hand lotion right there. And then there's the Slim Fast Keto products. Thank goodness that Betsy can't hear any of my commentary, by the way. So Slim Fast Keto products. There's also some Atkins products. Slim Fast stuff is kind of on the top shelf. And Betsy, I believe, is going to retrieve a box of one of the Slim Fast Keto products. She'll tilt the camera up here, I'm assuming, in just a second. Wait for it. Come on. Yep, almost. Oh, so close. So close. All right. Well, I promise it's right there. And I'm kind of getting motion sickness. I'm getting a little bit of motion sickness watching that camera bop up and down a little bit. I feel like I'm on a boat. All right. Kim, Pam, thank you for coming on. It's good to see both of you. I'm doing fist bumps because I got an awkward blister on my hand. I appreciate your patience. Happy New Year. How were your holidays?
Great. Yeah.
Happy they're over? Back to business as usual?
Yes.
That's what's so weird about being at Hy-Vee in Hy-Vee land, as we call it. Like, Christmas was here and it was wild, and now we're kind of like back to normal. And then what'll happen? Valentine's Day.
Well, that's
Wow.
a good holiday
It is
for
a great,
women.
right? Maybe Mustard Public Library can finally come up with the ultimate gift for us guys on Valentine's Day. Why is there nothing? You know what I'm saying?
You mean to receive?
Yes.
Because we can come up with a lot for you to give.
Pam, no, I know that. Listen, I got it tough, right? I have Christmas. My wife's birthday is Saturday. Then I got Valentine's Day. Then I got my oldest birthday. And it's just one after the other with this. So let's put our heads together with Mustard Public Library. You know what? The gift that keeps on giving, friends, if I may have a moment with you. A library card.
It does.
That's the ultimate Valentine's Day gift this year. Forget the chocolates unless you get them from Hy-Vee. Forget the flowers unless you get them from Hy-Vee. Give the gift of a library card. Isn't that just wonderful? Let's do that.
Yeah, it is a good gift.
I wanted to have you on because I don't want to say there was a little bit of a break in the action because your Mustard Public Library is certainly open for business, but tonight, Thursday, kind of resumes some regularly scheduled programming, if you'll have it. Spark Plugs is back.
Yes.
And for folks like myself that have kids in the ages of, 4 to 6, 7, we love Spark Plugs. It's something that over the last couple of years, I don't know if we've missed maybe 2 or 3 of them.
Oh my God.
Because it's just so much fun to have something to do consistently on a Thursday. And I know that tonight, because I was cheating and I looked on Facebook, apparently giant Uno cards are going to be there.
Yep.
Like the biggest Uno cards you've ever seen. So, and the calendar on the website is super easy to use. Ryan, in a second, go to the Facebook page for Mustard Public Library, because these Uno cards, I've never seen them so big before. So putting together programming like this, I mean, it just makes sense. Look at the giant Uno, right? Giant Uno cards. They're humongous. So this will be a lot of fun tonight. Starts at 6 p.m., totally free. And I love that this session is all about family fun nights.
Yeah.
So for both of you, Kim and Pam, when you're putting things together, I mean, obviously you're going to be open for people that use the library as it is used, right?
Mm-hmm.
Majority of the time, coming to grab a book or movie or whatever. But having all these programs available, whether it's in the mornings with like Oh Baby Lapsit or in the evening, I know that that's almost become just as important over the years, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is just as important. It's hard these days for families to form communities.
Sure.
You know, I mean, when I was growing up, all our moms stayed home and you had your neighborhood,
Right.
and it's just
Right.
very different now. So it is
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah, I mean, we got to have opportunities to get out, and especially during the winter in Iowa.
Yes.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
what else I don't want to say what else are we going to do, but your options are like sit at home and eat or go to live, right? What else? Everybody's looking at me behind the camera like, oh, he said it. Oh, boy, here we go. But, I mean, if you can get out and be active and at the same time, like what I love is when we go to Spark Plugs, I'm usually trying to return some type of book
Yes.
or DVD that doesn't have the DVD in it occasionally. Kids, right? Oh. So we'll do the event, and then we'll end up in that kids portion of the library,
Yep.
which is a godsend. I mean, it's really, that's when you know that the library was well thought out, when you have that space
Yeah.
that is, it's the you should just call it the anti-shush, right? Because it's so, not that it's so
Yeah.
loud, but it's encouraged for kids to learn and have fun.
Right.
Yeah. Some pictures on the screen. I can't even say
Eulenspiegel.
Eulenspiegel Puppet Theater. I should know how to say it. An example of some of the programming that's come through. You have this great room upstairs, so to be able to host, again, the variety of things that you've done
Yeah.
is wonderful. Are we able to look ahead a little bit into 2019 outside of, the Oh Baby Lapsit and the
Yes.
Spark Plugs and Skeleton Key? Are there bigger or
We
different
have
events
something
coming?
I think that might excite you, but it's
Okay.
going to bring food into the mix
All right.
with families. And I think a lot of people develop food traditions in their family, and you talk about, well, this is grandma's, pecan pie or whatever.
Yep.
And what Betty and Julie have done is they've put together a program
Mm-hmm.
where a family will make something. They'll make something that is unique to their family, and while they're doing it, they'll talk about how to make it, and then they will let everyone participate and eat it.
Oh, yeah, that sounds
And
awesome.
they are
Right.
going to be videoing it.
Okay.
But what I'm thinking is we might want to talk about that because we'll have it, of course, on our Facebook. But,
Sure.
Since we only use Hy-Vee food anyway.
Right. This is a natural partnership.
Yeah.
What Pam is getting at is she would like me to be the official sampler
Yes,
to make sure
exactly.
that everything is of the highest food safety and quality. I'm happy to do it. If it's steak,
Exactly.
yeah, this is Grandma's prime rib recipe at the library, right? Your whole staff would be like, wait a minute, what's going on up there?
How do you get an invite to
Right.
that?
But that is a great idea, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many fun examples of what you're able to do. And in that new space, there's so much room for people to. And I was just talking to somebody the other day that had commented on how they had reserved a room for the first time. Within the last 2 weeks, they reserved a space for something, I think, work-related. And I was like, yeah, like, don't forget about that as an option. Because I think for a lot of people that are at a job that they have to get together, a lot of workplaces don't really have a lot of collaborative space.
Right.
So if you need to get together after hours, I mean, you guys are like the only game in town, and it's so nice to have that,
Yeah.
right? To have people that can show up and collaborate together. It just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And
It's been
it's as
working
easy as
really well to do that.
Yeah, right. And reserving a space online.
Yep.
That's what this person, a friend of mine, was saying. Like, they just jumped on the website, and there you go. Right, that's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, Ryan. And we've talked about this before, but reserving a room, there's options and different amenities. Like if you need, the community meeting room with up to 24 chairs and a boardroom table, like. It's so great. Ryan is apparently needing a room. He's reserving one as we sit here, getting one together. Ryan, you have that club you started's getting together? Yeah? All right. He's organizing his next get-together. So again, with 2019 and the space that you have, we're in the winter. When we get into spring, I know that, we've talked about maybe doing some stuff outside in that great parking lot. Is that still something that you would like to see?
That's still in the plans.
Right. We've got
Yes.
this great community stage as well.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the problems we ran into, we just never really thought about it, is it's not landscape for people to stand in those areas for a long time when it's hot.
Sure.
So we're working right now on how we can provide shade so that that doesn't
Yes.
become a problem.
That's cool.
So I think that will help quite a bit. But then we will have our family movies outside.
Awesome.
And we will also hope to have a number of different musical experiences.
Right. And again, that's where, some people would say, it's the library. I just need to go get that book. That's fine. If you use the library for what, as it's intended for, right? I mean, there's probably people that show up, get a book, and leave, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
And you have to be so much more than that. And it's about doing the right thing. And again, my experiences have been so great, and I just love walking into the new space. It just feels so good. I'll say that 5 years from now, when it's no longer the new Munster Public Library, that it still just feels so good. And I know that for your staff, like, you still have to feel really proud about it, right? Like,
Yes.
all that work has paid
Yes.
off. You get to show up every day and continue to make a difference. This is what I'm talking about, right? Where we spend the most of our time. Brian Broderson, some great pictures, grabbing the kids' books.
Yep.
What impresses me is the variety and how many children's books continue to be produced and arrive at the library. I mean, is that something that is happening weekly? Is it monthly? How does that work?
It
That's something that we haven't
daily,
talked
pretty
daily.
much. Yes, we with the new building, we started doing our purchasing for materials like that differently.
Sure.
And we've subcontracted it out because we need a lot of our staff to be on the floor.
Right.
We really can't have them hiding away in an office doing something.
Sure.
And so we've subcontracted with a company, and that's primarily what they do is they select materials and then they catalog them for us and process them, so when they arrive they're ready to go on the shelf.
Oh my gosh!
And then we give them input like, oh, we need more copies of this, or that type of thing. But it works really well because that job itself took about one full-time person and a half-time person.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So now it's
And
streamlined.
it's actually cheaper now.
Of course it is. That's a cost saver. But yeah, I mean, it's almost like the library had to change as far as someone like Kimmy and everybody that's there, because at the old space you would walk in and there was sort of like the desk here and then the other spot, and you could kind of pick out where staff would be primarily. And it is different now because I'm assuming, Kimmy, you like it better to be able to be interacting with folks and not feel, I don't want to say trapped, but if you're at the space, like the one of two spaces where you could check out materials and you're up there at that time, you can't really go anywhere. Right? I mean, you'd be a little bit limited to move around. Now with the self-checkout, it's super convenient, so it gives you a lot more time to be, like Pam said, on the floor and helping people that may have questions or can't find something, right? Like, you get lost in the basement. That happened to me once. Yeah. I don't know where, it was the first time we were there, in my defense, and I took a turn and I was like, I had that moment where I was like, I don't know how to get back, and then I took a left and a right. And thank you, Ryan. This may have been from the journey to find Tony. The Lost Tone. That could be a kid's book, right? Yeah.
It could be. I was just thinking, and then who knows what you encounter.
Listen, Gary Mativier, who used to be a Channel 6 news anchor for a while, wrote a couple kids' books. And I thought, if he could do it, why can't I do it? Yeah. Right, guys?
Oh, you could do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I got to continue to be able to buy diapers some way.
Exactly.
That's my get rich plan, is big and tall scarf rental. You weren't here when I was talking about this. There's no scarf rental. I don't want to buy a scarf. I want to rent one and then give it back after the winter. So the get rich quick scheme has evolved. Big and tall scarf rental, and now writing kids' books that will be available exclusively at the Must Public Library.
We could sell them for you, yes.
That's what I was getting at, Pam. We don't want to loan them out.
You'll do better with the book than the scarf.
You think the book will do better than the scarf? What if the kids' book is about the idea to have the scarf rental business?
That
Tony's big idea.
Popular.
Right? Kimmy, what do you mean? You know that you wouldn't be able to keep it on the shelves.
Especially if you turned yourself into a penguin as the main character.
Okay, Pam. Now I need to be a penguin with a goatee.
Then it would extend the whole time that you need this scarf.
Right. I just want to see a penguin with a goatee and a lot of product in its hair. It's penguin hair, or fur, if you'll have it. Listen, there are way better kids' books than mine. Although, in all fairness, Jimmy Fallon has this book called, like, Dada or Mama, and it literally is just page after page of a cow or something saying Dada.
Yeah.
I could have a little bit more substance. No offense, Jimmy Fallon, hot take. I could have a little bit more substance, right? Yep. Maybe a couple more words. And the penguin that's trying to sell scarves as a rental business. Coming soon, Must Public Library, trademark 2019, Hy-Vee, Stay with Tony Tone. The rate of people coming in, getting a library card, does it surprise you? I'm assuming it still happens, probably on a daily basis.
Yeah.
The process is so easy, right? So for people that are watching this, I know that there's people that are watching this that have not been to the library, because that's just how this town is, right? Sometimes it takes us a little while to get to new places. There's probably people that still haven't been to the movie theater. So for people that are going to show up that haven't had a library card in a long time or ever, walk me through that process. What do they need to do, and could they get a library card today and start taking out materials? Yeah?
It's very simple. They need a photo ID.
Okay.
Can be a driver's license, can be a school ID, whatever.
Sure.
They need something with their address on it. So if you don't have a utility bill or something like that, you can actually address an envelope to yourself and mail it to yourself, and that'll count. And then that's it.
That's all you need.
That's it. Yeah. Yes.
And then you can immediately start using the library.
Yes. We just ask, what's the best way to notify them if we ever have to notify them. Email,
like if you have a
call.
missing Phineas and Ferb DVD. I get this cute little thing in the mail, and I'm like, "Ooh, it's something from Must Public Library. Maybe it's a friendly hello." It's like, "Can you please bring back Phineas and Ferb?" And I'm like, "I took it back. I took it back without the DVD." This is a true story, by the way.
You shouldn't feel bad, because I get those all the time.
I just don't know if you would trust this person to have a library card, Cody. Zoom in on this character. I don't know if I would give this guy a library card ever. Look at this ID. Why can't we smile on our ID cards in Iowa? Let me cover up my address a little bit. I don't need any more stalkers than I already have. Why can't we smile? There's a lot of face in that picture.
Well, at the library, we make no judgments about your appearance.
You would judge this guy. Look at this guy. This guy feels like he's got a box of Phineas and Ferb DVDs that he's not returning.
That would be sad, but
it would be sad. I think if I'm 35 years old, I think because my mom, God bless her, who who walks from her house to the Musser Public Library often. My mom was so pro-library. I think I've probably had a library card most of my life. And we have, I mean, the first time I heard Cream with Eric Clapton was sitting in the Mays Public Library in Oak Park, Illinois with little headphones on, listening to the CD. So a lot of great experiences in my life connected to the library. And the journey that you guys have had with the Musser Public Library is such an important one to set it up for success for a long time.
Yeah.
Right?
It was actually very much a journey because we did not know what to expect, and we had some staff that were very nervous and upset.
Sure.
And but right from the beginning, it just fell together, and has been a huge relief. That way, staff likes it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not like the space? It's so great. There's so many windows.
It's not quite so quiet.
That's the sticking point. It's not quite so quiet. There's spaces in the basement when I was lost for 2 days that are very quiet. Nobody could hear my screams for "Where am I?" Well, yeah. I mean, I just think you get up to the third level or second level, and you're just looking at the river, and it's just breathtaking. I mean, that's what for me. Not that I've had a lot of time at the library by myself with the kids. I mean, it's always doing this move. Okay, there's one, there's two, the baby's not moving. All right, so I'm just doing. I'm bird necking it the whole time. Like, okay, but in those moments when you're able to just kind of grab a book and relax for a magazine or whatever, I mean, nobody has better views in town as far as I'm concerned, right? I mean, you get to just, and look at it, again, these spaces. The furniture is so comfortable, too.
Yeah, the furniture is beautiful and has worked very well.
It really has. Last time we were there, there was like a Girl Scout troop doing something on the main floor. That was fun, right? Like, there were a lot of them in there. I don't know if they were doing like a gift exchange or something, but my kids were very much like, "Are we going to that?" And I was like, "No, we're going upstairs." Like, you would be the only boys that showed up, which would be fine. And by the way, I'm very disappointed that none of you people watching this show have tried to sell me Girl Scout cookies. I'm just putting it out there. You know, I used to do this on the radio.
It is Girl Scout cookie time.
We're in the season, and there is no such thing as a keto Girl Scout cookie. Let's be honest, right? But if I could get a sleeve. Here's the trick, a little trick. You can use this at the library if you like. Maybe I'll send a box your way. You take a sleeve of the Thin Mints, and then you hide them in the freezer, or the fridge, and then it's like July, and you're cleaning out the freezer, and you're like, who put this sleeve of Thin Mints in there? Because there's nothing better than a frozen Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie.
That's right.
Right, except for a library card. That's the only thing that's better. But on the radio, I would say that nobody has tried to sell me Girl Scout cookies. One year, I spent $80 on Girl Scout cookies because what then happened was people came to the radio station and said, "We heard you're trying to buy Girl Scouts, so maybe I needed to slow my roll a little bit now with this TV show." But listen, come sell them my way. So for all things going on at the Musser Public Library, go to the website. Ryan, can we go to the Facebook page again? I just want to show everybody how easy it is to find the Musser Public Library on social media. A great space and a blessing for this town for sure. So here we go. And by the way, what a great cover photo with the fire.
Social media is Kimmy, so she does all of this.
You kill it. That looks so. Go back up, Ryan. Come on, go back up to the top. Look at that. Look at how comfortable that looks.
Thank you.
Right? Is that fire in the library? No? Okay.
Not this one, no. But we do have a
fireplace. When are we doing s'mores night? That's what I want to know.
I like that idea.
Oh, that is nice.
I have all the good ideas.
Well,
okay.
You know what? Just keep it quiet because if the fire department finds out before we're done, they yell at us.
Okay, good. That's good to know. No, did you turn on the fireplace? No.
One time we had this science educator, and he was like throwing balls of fire, and they took a photo of it. It was on the oh my God, they about killed us.
Because you had some fireballs in the store. Yeah, in the library.
Yeah.
Not the kind of fireball that we have here at Hy-Vee, a little bit
No,
different.
no.
Let's go back to the Facebook page and just show everybody what's going on. Again, we're doing the show live on Thursday with an opportunity for you to bring the kids to Spark Plugs tonight, 6 o'clock. The 6-week series is entitled Family Fun Night. There's always a book that gets read and then an activity. I am the biggest fan of Spark Plugs. I don't want my kids to graduate into Skeleton Key, although I know it's just as fun. I'm always going to have a kid in Spark Plugs. I got to keep having babies.
Yeah,
that's my pledge.
Work on it.
That's right. That's my pledge. 408 East 2nd Street, downtown Muscatine, musserpubliclibrary.org. I'm excited. I don't want winter to get over with, but it is going to be fun to see what is possible with the space that you have, with that great parking lot. I don't know if we could ever talk long enough about how much better things are when you have the opportunity to park in the lot. I still end up parking on 2nd Street and going in that door, but not having to worry about meters or...
it's hugely better.
That had to be one of the biggest things that everybody said yes. Like, we
and
would
that
love
is
to do
what
that.
people say now. If they say, if you say what's the best thing, they'll say the parking.
Absolutely. The location's just great. Like I said, my mom walks often. Like, I'll talk to her and I'm like, where are you? Just walking home from the library. I'm like, man, you are dedicated to that place. If you ever, like, seriously, if you ever need somebody part-time, I think she would love it. Like,
good to know.
Yeah. And what, again, so far, I have not been shushed. I'm very excited about that.
No.
I don't plan on getting shushed. My kids, but you know that growing up, I was maybe one of the top 5 shush recipients in the Oak Park Library system, but not at the Muscle Public Library.
One of the things I like about this library is I'm not the loudest person in it.
That's good.
You won't get shushed.
Yeah, there's not going to be this move right here. I can see it in my high school library, this move right here. I remember doing this one, right? What? I didn't do anything. I'm always innocent, right, Betsy? You know me. I never did anything wrong. Musser Public Library, the place to be. If you don't have a library card, I encourage you to get one. I mean, I think that for whatever reason, if you haven't made it to the library, no time like the present, especially with a little snow in the forecast, get there today. You know, don't let anything discourage you. There's info on getting a library card, other types of cards that are available, the ability to access things digitally, and I mean, there's so many positives.
When we had that little virus that hit the city, we got pushed back quite a bit. But we now have laptops that you can check out and use in the library.
Way.
So you're not stuck at the computer pod. You just ask someone at the front desk, you want to check out a laptop. You can't take it home, but you can use it in the building.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Lynn Ann Smith says, hi, Kim, Tony, and Pam on Facebook. So, hi, Lynn. Thank you very much. Check out a laptop at the library.
So you can go to one of those nice little tucked away corners.
Right. You can start the fireplace.
Lay down on the couch.
Just like you're at home. Could you put your shoes back on, Tony? Yeah, sorry about that.
We don't really require shoes as long as you have socks on.
We
had a spade of that.
Just make sure you have socks on, Betsy. We've got to talk about you not wearing socks at the library. It's a whole thing.
Well, she has shoes on, though.
Yeah, she's fine. We just give her a hard time. She did you find? Oh, that's not Slim Fast Keto. It was literally on the top shelf. What was that word? Was it shoot? Oh, okay. You had the cart cam, and I hope you don't listen back to the commentary, but there is a whole top shelf. I know you're very vertically challenged, but there's a whole top shelf of Slim Fast Keto. If you would like a second chance, we'd love to give you one. Let's do it. I'm going to put you on the spot. Part 2, cart cam action. Pam and Kimmy are going to sit here and we're going to watch Betsy do this. She's going to redeem herself, ladies and gentlemen. This show is about 2 things. Little penguins with goatees in the scarf rental business and redemption. Here we go with Betsy operating. You know I'm going to write this book now. It's going to be fabulous. I feel like I'm in Groundhog's Day. We're taking a second shot. And Bill Murray's also in the store. That's why it feels like Groundhog's Day. You just got to look for Bill Murray. So Betsy is going to find these products for us. And hours of operation, by the way, as we're still sitting here waiting for Betsy to get there, like today, Thursday, Friday, and then into the weekend, Musser Public Library is open and closed when?
So 10 to 9, Thursday and Friday.
Perfect.
And then 10 to 5 Saturday.
Okay.
And 12 to 5 Sunday.
12 to 5. I have made the mistake of cruising to the library at 10 on a Sunday, and my key didn't work to get in.
No.
I think I need a new key, Pam.
You do need a new key.
Yeah.
It's a card.
Oh, it's a card. Oh, of course, it's a card. Wow. We've got children books. All right. So here goes Betsy. She's back with a vengeance. She's redeeming herself with the Toyota Muscatine car cam. And on that top shelf is the Slim Fast Keto products. I promise I'm not crazy. Boom! Look at that.
Yay.
Keto, Keto, or Cato. People say Cato. There's a Cato store next door to here. Keto is Keto, not Cato. Look at that. Keto. It will tell you if you're in ketosis, if you'll have it. And then there's the shakes and the bars, and that's what I had asked Betsy to grab, was one of the keto bars. It's helped me lose 102 pounds, this diet. Wow. So there it is right there. That's exactly.
When did you start?
June 4th. I credit my success, Pam, to all the products here at Hy-Vee and the Musser Public Library. That's it.
That's wild. Yeah.
It's all about the library.
Well, I
because
like
the
all
stairs.
your new health food products.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, aren't
Yeah, I've become addicted to Bang.
there? Bang energy
Just
drinks.
what I need.
That's great. The unicorn one, am I right?
Yeah.
That one's popular. Tastes like your hopes and dreams. That's what we know. All right. We got a couple of things we're going to take care of, Ryan Broderson. There is a sneak peek of this tenderloin deal. And thank you both for being here, by the way.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Don't rush off yet.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on. Let's get this tenderloin deal on the screen. Next Friday, the 18th, if I'm not mistaken, we've got a deal for you. I'm so tempted to throw my pencil like David Letterman. David Letterman would throw that pencil all over the set. I have a pen, though. It might break a camera. Cameras are very expensive. I don't want to buy a camera. This is next Friday. This is called a sneak peek. Hand-breaded, and I know. How do I know it's going to be a hand-breaded tenderloin sandwich? Apparently,
Are you doing it?
I am going to be breading tenderloin sandwiches next Wednesday. We're going to make 2,000 of these. Ryan Broderson has pledged to do his part and buy 4 of them. Betsy, Chad, and Cody going to buy several. So this is next Friday, the 18th. Starts at 8 a.m. because I know you've always wanted to have a tenderloin sandwich for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 square meals. We'll set you up if you like. Giant, delicious. The secret recipe is back, and they're $1.99. If you went to get a tenderloin right now, I think the everyday price is $3 or $4.99. Don't quote me on that. What I know is that that's a great deal at $1.99. This is a sneak peek. This will be on the back page of the Voice of Muscatine newspaper next week with a couple other things in there. But that's coming in hot next Friday, the 18th, right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee for $1.99. Ryan Broderson, Fuel Saver Flyer, and then Betsy has successfully located the Slim Fast Keto bars, and she's holding them hostage. All right, Ryan, let's go to the Fuel Saver Flyer. Here comes Betsy. She's very mad. Watch, hold on, let's just wait. Here comes Betsy. Ready? And there she is. Thank you. You did it. Awkward high five? Yes. Thank you. Clinically proven to lose weight and keep it off. Only 3 net carbs. Cody, let's show everybody the carb calculator. By the way, Slim Fast, you can send the check to the Hy-Vee store here. I'm happy to have the endorsement. So how they calculate with the old carb calculator, or if I let my Chicago accent come through, that'd be the carb calculator. You got 15 minus 9 minus 2 minus 1 equals tree. Tree net carbs over by there, right? So one of these bars, it's also free from gluten, artificial sweetener, and artificial flavors. And if we turn it around, flip it and reverse it, Scariffindiffitzquan Anthem. That's a Missy Misdemeanor Elliott reference. It's got some coconut oil with some MCTs, some whipped peanut butter chocolate, and it does look good. I think this is a meal replacement technically. So if you're doing the old keto, you know, there you go. So 1 keto-friendly meal, replace 2 meals a day, enjoy 3 low-carb snacks, add it to a Slim Fast booster. Slim Fast should be buying my diapers at this point. Find this at Hy-Vee.
The whole box is a meal replacement?
I think there's bars in here. You can eat the box too. We believe in recycling here. All right, let's go to the Fuel Saver Flyer. And if you ladies have to get to work, you're free to leave if you want. You can stay if you want to. You can take over the show, whatever you need.
Do you want to take over the show?
Please help me find that penguin with a goatee. Fuel Saver Flyers that are good, Ryan Broderson,
Oh, yeah,
until the
I've always
15th. Check this out. You grab a flyer. Thank you very much, by the way. You grab a flyer when you walk in the door. You can save a lot. Let's do the math, Ryan. So keep it just a second up at the top. Thank you. So if you got a pound of fresh ground pork sausage from the meat department, 5 cents. You went to the health market. You got the late July tortilla chips, 5 cents. Now we're at 10 cents, Ryan. You scroll down a little bit. You're thinking to yourself, you need a little bit of Delmer in your life. Hy-Vee sliced cheese, 5-cent fuel saver. Now we're at 15. Some white onions, another 5 cents. Now I believe we're at 20 cents. You grab one of those giant Texas coffee cakes for 15. You're quickly at 35 cents a gallon. And then you go to the other side of the Fuel Saver Flyer. And from top to bottom, you're getting 10 cents on the fresh ham salad. We're at 45 cents. 20 cents on the Black Forest fruit medley, 65 cents. Don't forget the bottle of wine. Now we're at 70 cents, 75 cents with the chocolate milk, 80 cents with the pineapple bites. And come see us this Saturday and Sunday for the Breakfast Phoebe Buffet. Get a 25-cent fuel saver, and you're very quickly saving over $1 off per gallon of gas right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. And if I may, that breakfast buffet is just delightful. For $7.99, it includes a drink. That is the cheapest price in town. And this Saturday and Sunday, when you buy the breakfast buffet, you'll get a 25-cent fuel saver. So even if you just came and had breakfast with the price of gas at $1.94 a gallon, subtract 25 cents, that's your final price at the pump. And is there anything better than sausage and bacon on the same plate? It's a match made in heaven. I might cry a little. Yeah, that's how I cry. It's a whole new thing. A couple other things we'll get out of here. I do an aisle 2, a complete wedding, and at this point I've got about 25 entries, getting closer to 30. You want to win a wedding? I know it sounds a little wild to get married in Hy-Vee, but it's a free wedding. The ceremony is free. The food's free. The dessert's free. The DJ is free. It's going to be awesome. All right. You're also going to get the groom's wedding band from my friends at Mary's Diamonds and Jewelry that night. So the day, the 23rd, you'll have the ceremony, you'll have the reception in the club room, up to 40, 45 people. Then that night, you and your new better half will spend the night at the Merrill Hotel and Conference Center in downtown Muscatine, a beautiful addition to downtown Muscatine. Shout out to Lori and the crew for making that happen, for agreeing to be part of I Do and Aisle 2. We've got everything else covered. Food, flowers, cake. It's all here. DJ'd by yours truly, right? Done a lot of weddings in my life. I've got quite a few on the books for 2019. That is one that I'm excited about. I Do an Aisle 2, a complete wedding for free right here at Hy-Vee. Okay, having another pretty good hair day. Just looking at it. Minus the grays. This is where the grays come in, right here. It's like I can count. I have 3 kids, and I have 1, 2, 3 streaks of gray. What else? We've talked about Thursday night steak dinner. Don't miss that tonight, starting at 4 o'clock. Let's go to bingo and Game of Thrones trivia, Ryan, and then we'll get out of here. I don't even know what time it is. This has been a long show. You're watching this at night. Go to bed, will you? What are you doing staying up late? I mean, I love that we're on after the news. Right after you get done with all the false news, you come here for the real news. Hashtag real news. Right? A guy that's going to get into a business renting scarves. Where else are you going to find that? Huh? Not going to find that at Fairway. Bingo night, Monday, January 14th, starts at 6 o'clock. You know what else you're not going to do at other places? You're not going to play bingo at any place else. $5 Hy-Vee gift card each bingo game you win. I promise we'll get through at least 20 games of bingo. We move quick. We have fun. It's family friendly. We've had upwards of 80 people playing bingo. Can't wait to see you. B-I-N-G-O, and bingo was his name-o. Monday, that'll be fun day. And speaking of Monday, fun day, Game of Thrones trivia. If you find yourself a Game of Thrones fan, that's great. I should watch it. But you know what people are doing now? HBO has decided they're going to re-air all of the Sopranos episodes because it's the 20th anniversary of, by the way, the greatest show ever. The greatest television show ever, Sopranos. If you haven't seen it, I think you could rent it from the library, by the way, if you don't want to pay for HBO, which I totally understand. But Warren Schwanke at MPW, he needs you to pay for HBO. Otherwise, you can't afford to play golf every day. So check out The Sopranos, check out Game of Thrones, and then come play Ryan Broderson's worried. Like, Tony taking a shot at Warren Schwanke is going to affect the show somehow. Oh, no.